Yay. As you can tell, we've already spent a good 10 minutes in this trying to just set up our stuff, which is fairly normal, actually. But don't worry, we're going to get into gameplay real soon here. So, we're going to drop our battle axe, because we only need one. We only need one axe for cutting down trees. We need 2 picks, because we have 2 miners, and an anvil. Fairly common stuff. We don't really need to worry about defense that much at the beginning, because it's going to be like 7 dwarves in the woods. Goblins aren't going to come after 7 dwarves in the woods. Goblins are more likely to come hunt down this very prosperous fortress that's growing over there, and we'll have stuff worth stealing. Which we will become, eventually, with any luck. But until that time, no. We want to keep our anvil, because we'll want to make some things later, and we'll need anvils to work metal. Pump helmet spawn, these are all different, all these seeds are different kinds of plants that we can grow underground. I'm not a big fan of sweet pods, so we're not going to bring any of those, apparently. I'm not a big fan of rock nuts, not a big fan of cave wheat either. I do like pigtails and dimple cup are really good. Dimple cup's kind of dye, and pigtails are kind of cloth, so we can make clothes and dye them colors. I think that's blue. And plum helmet's really nice because that's mushrooms that we can eat and turn into beer and do all kinds of things for. Actually, we make wine out of those. But, dwarven wine, right there. Dwarven wine. We have 3 different kinds of alcoholic beverage, because that's what dwarves drink, alcohol all the time. And we want to bring enough for everyone's taste. We have some cave lobster. I'm going to bring twice as much cave lobster as I have here, and not as much horse spleen, because we don't really need horse spleen. The game automatically picks a random meat and a random fish, and I'd rather bring the fish and leave the meat. And we don't need this many plump helmets just raw. Actually, we do. No, we don't. We can grow some. We have seeds for those. Bring some cloth, bring some bags, bring some thread. These are all things that can be used for first aid, which is useful, as are the splint, and the crutches, and the buckets. The buckets and bags and ropes are just useful things to have. Not really sure why we need quivers. Matter of fact, we're going to drop those. Not useful. Now, is there anything else we want? Yes, there's more kind of beer that we didn't bring. Alcohol, my apologies. Dwarven ale, and we're going to bring 20 of those, just in case someone wants some. Like so. Now, for what to bring over here, we want to bring dogs. Dogs are very useful, and we'll bring more of those later after we pick out what else we're bringing. We also want a breeding pair of those, because we're going to be having a dog farm eventually, and training those into war dogs. There's no point in bringing war dogs, because we can just train them fairly easily. It doesn't take much time. As for other animals, we might as well bring a horse, or a cow. Let's bring cows, yes. Because cows are, too expensive. Never mind. We're bringing horses. Because we can eat those too. Well, you can eat anything in this game. We can eat cats if we want, but we're not bringing cats, because those are a pain in the ass, and I'll explain why later. But that seems pretty good. We have a couple points we didn't spend. I can bring an extra bag, because I always need more bags. Bring... what else do we want? Another bucket. Yeah, that'll work. And then we'll just top it off with plump helmets. Yep, there we go. We're done. So now we hit the E button, and we are ready to go. Or we are ready to lag, one of the two. Yep, we have arrived! After our journey from the mountain homes to the forbidding wilderness beyond, our trek has finally ended. We're going to create an outpost for the glory of all. Alright, we are now at Questmines. Ooh, such a great name, Questmines, yes. Now, we could have named all of our dwarves something at the beginning. I normally don't, because I don't care enough. And now we're saving at the very beginning of the game before we start doing anything. Then once we're done saving, I'll show you around the map and show you all what we got to work with, so that we can begin our glorious crusade for all. Which will take a little bit. So yeah, it takes a little bit to get set up, but it will take even longer to play. We can probably easily sink 20, 30 hours into this fortress and still not have it just exactly right how we want it. Still come up with new ideas and new things to try out. And here we are, the game has started. First off, I'm going to hit tab a couple times and get rid of all this extraneous shit, because we don't need to know what the commands do. Well, you might, but I don't. And here we are. This is Dwarf Fortress. Here are our dwarves. I'll hit the button to show us what our dwarves are. We have a mason, a miner, a herbalist, a planter, expedition leader, carpenter. Expedition leaders are apparently a miner. Oh, who would have thought? And then we have our woodcutter, with all the skills that we asked for. Go figure. We are currently sitting on the side of a hill, which drops off fairly steeply. Little down arrows show that that's a bit of ground that slopes down. And we're on this wide expanse. Lots of trees. The diamonds and hearts and club-shaped things, those are trees. The rest of this is all just grass and background noise that we don't really care about. We can go down a level, and down another level, and down one more level. And we're pretty much at the bottom level for... Oh, no, we're not. There's more stuff. See, there's not more space here that wasn't there before. See, at the bottom right-hand corner of the screen, there's just empty space. But if we go down far enough, we can see what's there. And that's water. That's our lake. That's our river, actually. And that's actually the source of our river. Source of our stream. That's all the water we have to work with, as far as our punishable sources go. Now, we have some other water that I saw. Look at it over here. That's water too. The numbers there indicate depth. I changed this in the knit files. Normally they just be kind of wavy lines like we saw down there. But yeah, these indicate depth. 7 means it's up to the top of your head of a normal person. And they drop down to 1, which is like ankle deep. So around 4 you have to start swimming, or else you kind of sink a little bit. I'm not sure how that works. Actually, I think it's only dwarves that have to start swimming at 4, but whatever. You can drown in 4 or higher thing of water. Normally you won't until it gets to 5, then you start freaking out, because none of my dwarves know how to swim. Swimming's also a skill, and it's really hard to train, because then you have to make dwarves go swimming, and they can't swim, so they drown, which is a pain in the butt. Supposedly they were supposed to fix this in a new release, because there's a new skill called training, which allows us to train dwarves to do things. So if one dwarf knows how to swim, they can train the other ones without actually throwing them into the water to die. But I haven't really seen that work out thus far yet, so I'm not really sure how well that works. And it may only be for military skills. But as you can see, we can see the edge of the rock here. Over there is the black stuff. It was just pure rock. We can't see into that. We can, however, see the edges, which are all made up of, peat and claystone. A lot more claystone, more peat. There's a bit of, gems peeking out here and there. Is that gold? No, it's limonite. It's like gold, but not as shiny. But, all this kinds of stuff is all around that. Right now, our miners aren't good enough to really mine out any kind of... Oh, hematite. That's really good. That's we can turn that into iron. Our dwarves aren't really good enough miners to really mine much of anything like that. So we're just going to build out a home right now. Which brings up the question of where we should put it. So there is our mini-map. That shows us basically what we're all looking at. Let's go up to the top level and see what we got. Well, this is our top level. And we got much of nothing. We can go down a level and see where we want to build. I'm thinking what we'll do is we'll build into the side of one of these mountains and have that be our entrance. Normally I like to build into the floor of our larger bits, which would be, oops, sorry about that, which would be right about here. This looks like a good level to start building into. Matter of fact, right here looks like a good entrance. We can haul that out and carve some fortifications into the area above it, up here, and basically make a nice, strong, safe fortress. So that's what we'll probably be doing. So I'm going to open up, I'm going to get rid of our mini-map over there, and I'm going to start digging some stuff out. Oops. I told told them to cut down a tree, which was what I want to do. So that's told them to dig that area out. Anyone with a mining job will now grab a pick and go over there and hit rock with the pick until it's all gone, which is what we want.